Using task analysis. Task analysis involves breaking down tasks into smaller steps, a list that helps students achieve those steps independently. It can help improve daily living, life skills, and can improve academic skills such as writing and math. It can be used in classrooms, in homes, in daycares, and other environments where students are being taught skills. It can be used for any students who are having difficulties learning skills or tasks. And teachers and special education teachers are professionals who implement task analysis in the classroom. Here are some steps for a successful task analysis. First, identify the skill or task to be broken down. 2, identify any prerequisite skill if necessary. 3, create a list of the broken down steps. 4, decide on teaching strategies to aid in teaching the task. 5, test the successfulness and revise steps if needed. And 6, implement the task analysis. So, teaching strategies. Here are 3 different ways to implement task analysis. Forward chaining, where an instructor teaches a student the first step in a task analysis, and then the instructor performs the rest of the task until the student masters the first step. Then they continue until the student finishes mastering the task. Backward chaining is the opposite of forward chaining, where the teacher performs all the tasks until the last one, which the child does until they master it. The process repeats until the task is mastered. Total task. The teacher models the entire process in a task analysis, and using prompting guides the child through the entire task analysis until they have mastered it. Teaching considerations. Here are some good teaching considerations to think of when you're implementing task analysis. Use different types of prompting, such as verbal, gestural, or non-verbal, visual, model, and physical. Use visual supports, such as signs with typed out steps and pictures. Visual supports are permanent or long-term. Consider partial participation. A child may not be able to complete some steps without support in some cases, but can complete some steps independently. And lastly, involve families when implementing task analysis. Some tasks can be practiced at home to help learn the skill covered in the task analysis. Here is examples of task analysis that I've picked out. Over here to the left is the morning schedule. They have put away backpack, circle time, math, snack, bathroom, and reading. Over to the right there is a brush your teeth one that lays out all the steps, big pictures. And down below is the hand washing task analysis with pictures. I really liked how each one had nice big pictures for each of the students to see. Research study. The name of the research study I read was Training Teachers to Follow a Task Analysis to Engage Middle School Students with Moderate and Severe Developmental Disabilities in Grade-Appropriate Literature. The study was used to train teachers to follow a task analysis to teach a story-based lesson using adapted literature for middle school students with moderate to severe developmental disabilities, and measure how much the task analysis made a difference in the comprehension and interaction of the students. 3 teachers of students with significant disabilities participated, and each teacher recruited 2 students who were non-readers for the study. The materials used for the lesson were novels adapted with text, picture, symbols, summaries retelling the story at an early reading comprehension level, and new vocabulary word definitions embedded in the story. The experiment consisted of determining teachers' level of literacy instruction prior to training, observation after a training session, and observations after the intervention where the teachers learned to self-monitor adherence to the task analysis. All teachers scored low prior to the training, better after training, and showed mastery of the task analysis after intervention. Students showed large improvement in comprehension and involvement after the teacher's intervention. This study shows that just adapting books to match literacy level is not enough to increase student comprehension, but that each student needs specific prompting on each step of literacy task analysis to improve. On the right here, this is the task analysis the teachers used to teach the lessons in the experiment. Key information to remember. Task analyzing a skill requires choosing a skill, identifying any prerequisite skills of students, breaking the task into steps, deciding on a teaching strategy, testing the successfulness, and then teaching the task. Determining any required prerequisite skills is important to ensure student success, as well as skills the student has relating to the task and skills needed to complete the task. Important to remember is that there are no rules on how many steps task analysis has. It is up to the teacher to decide how many steps will best benefit the learner. Task analysis will be more successful if it is implemented in all environments the student is in and with more than one person teaching it. It is also useful designing steps to follow to implement lesson plans, either for personal use or to pass along lesson plans for other educators. Here are some resources for you to use to get more understanding on task analysis. The first one is modules addressing special education and teacher education. The second is chaining and task analysis training video. And the third is a student resource guide with strategies for successful teaching. And here I put a quote I really loved by Maria Montessori, who supported task analysis a lot. The greatest gift we can give our children are the roots of responsibility and the wings of independence. And here are my references. Thank you for watching the video.